Well, good morning. This is Michael from Trike Bike, and today I'm at Walkuraka trailhead. Let me say that again, Walkuraka. And this is the end of the Brisbane Valley Rail Trail. I'm in the parking lot here. The sun is just rising. Presently only 3 degrees. So it's very, very cold out here for a soft Queenslander. And I'm going to meet a shuttle bus here, which is going to drive me the 130, 150 kilometres or whatever it is, up to the other end of this rail trail, which is at Yarraman. And then I'll be riding back, and today I'll be doing the Sobowo Fat Scooter. This is an off-road version with extended battery pack, and I've got my little bags over here of a spare battery and helmet and everything. And the weather today is looking fantastic. It's going to be a great day. Hopefully it'll warm up. It's meant to get to about 22 degrees, which will be perfect riding weather. But for now it's freezing cold as I normally ever get. And looking forward to this bus to take us up to the trailhead. Okay, here I am at Yarraman, just setting up, getting ready for the ride. I've just been dropped off by the out there cycling bus, and just getting geared up. It's hopefully warming up. It's about 5 degrees, but we've got the sun out, so it's a lovely, beautiful day. Really looking forward to this. Okay, we're now ready to go, about 170 kilometres ahead of us. So, yep, goggles on. Using goggles today instead of sunglasses to stop my eyes watering because it's so cold. Okay, up to Yarraman station. This is Yarraman station, and it's what they call a trailhead, which is the start of the rail trail or the end of the rail trail, depending on which way you're going. Anyway, off we go. The Brisbane Valley Rail Trail follows what was the original railway line put through in the early 1900s. The surface of the rail trail is basically crushed granite, natural rock, or in some places pavement or concrete. The beauty about riding a rail trail is that they don't tend to go up and down too many big hills, except like we show now where you're crossing through a gully and the old bridge has been removed. They've cut away a lot of the old bridges for safety reasons, or they've burnt down in bushfires since the railway line is no longer in use. The rail trail is pretty much accessible by anybody, and you can do as much of it as you want. In this case, I was riding the full length, which is just over 160 kilometres. But there were families out on the rail trail at different times, just doing shorter segments. It's funny how a lot of these creek crossings and gullies look reasonably flat when you watch the video, but in actual fact they're quite steep. This one you can walk up okay, but it would be difficult for just normal people to cycle up. a quick stop at the Black Buck Bakery to recharge the body, and now we're off onto the next section of the trail. Through this area the trail is really good. It's smooth, it's fast, it gets a lot of traffic. Just on the left hand side that we're passing now is the community hall, and then further on is the caravan park, which is at the showgrounds. A lot of people stay there and camp, and they use that as their base for going out and exploring the rail trail. It's a great idea, and a lot of families utilise this facility. There's not much I can say for the next few minutes other than just enjoy the footage of the trail. If you're bored at watching, just fast forward 3 or 4 minutes. Okay, I've just stopped. I'm just outside of Moore, so I'm doing pretty well as far as times are going, but I just had to put in a new battery. I've been riding a little bit like a madman, and I've got 47.5 kilometres out of the main battery, so I'm not going to make it unless I slow down, be more sensible, and yeah, I'll have to probably top up and recharge. I've just stopped here. I'm at the 116 kilometre marker, so I've made it all the way from Yarraman down to here, and you can see in the map here I've been through Linville, and halfway to Moore. Everything's holding up really well. There's been no problems. Water bottle is not strong enough on the back, so it's jumped around that much. It's popped a hole in the bottom, so I've lost half my water, but I can replace that at the next town. Anyway, put a new battery in, we're ready to go again. You can see the old railway line on the left, and we're taking a diversion up and over the top of the culvert. There must be some reason for this diversion, but they are quite steep, and you'll see here my speed is slowing, and only just make it to the top and then get off for a second, walk alongside the scooter. I'm trying to save battery, so I don't want to just keep using everything to get up these hills. So it's okay to walk, get a bit of exercise, and then on the top, jump back on and roll down the other side. Here we are rolling up on the heritage listed Yimbin Tunnel. This tunnel is situated between Yimbin and Harlan and was built between 1909 and 1910. As we pass through the opening, you can see the plaque on top of the tunnel with 1910 listed as the build date. This is the only tunnel on the entire Brisbane Valley rail trail line. I'm guessing it's probably about 50 metres long. You do need some lights if you want to get through safely, but yeah, it's a few degrees cooler. It comes out the cutting out the other side, and off you go. Arriving into one of the small towns along the route, some areas are paved, which makes it really accessible and easy to get through. Here we are arriving into Esk. This wobbling you can see on the handlebars is because I've stepped off and I'm just walking alongside the scooter because we're in a fairly public area. Well, I've been riding all day. I just had to stop because I had some battery issues, so I just had to stop and recharge, and I'm really trying to roll along as gently as I can. It's coming up on 5 p.m, so we're really close to sunset, and I've still got over 40 kilometres to go. I'm going to have to stop and recharge one more time so I can make it home tonight, otherwise it'll be a pretty long walk. I'm not prepared for riding in the night because I only have the standard headlight, but also my mobile phone is close to flat. I don't have an additional light source. My goggles are tinted, so they're no good of a night time, so I just haven't prepared for a nighttime ride. And there's a fast dog. Go dog, go. We're doing about 30 kilometres an hour, so that's a pretty fast dog. So yeah, rolling along, and I didn't mention the puncture. I got one puncture which I had to repair before, but I didn't film it because I was a bit annoyed that I got the puncture. So I just fixed it and didn't get any footage. But now we're back on the trail. I just recharged at the local pub at Kaminya, and we're going to keep going. It's getting pretty damn cold. I know that the sun's gone, and the temperature's dropping quite rapidly. As you can see, also the trail is getting pretty dark, even though this GoPro does a really good job. Anyway, I'll catch you soon. Well, it's 7 p.m. and I've just arrived back at the car, so ready to load up. The scooter went really well. I'll tell you more about it when I catch my breath. I just dropped my beanie on because it's so cold once you stop, but it's really cold. Scooter went really well. Puncture was one of the problems I had, along with riding a bit too fast at the start and using up a lot of my battery capacity. So I had to stop at Fernvale and give the battery about half an hour on the charger just to get here, and I've rolled in with 2%, so I timed that pretty well. Like it was this morning, I'm the only one in the car park, and yeah, the last hour or so in the pitch black was pretty difficult because you could only just see a little way ahead of you. Everything else is black, and I couldn't use my goggles or my sunglasses because they're tinted, so I had to ride without glasses, and that gets pretty painful when it's so cold because your eyes water. But anyway, I'm going to load up this scooter and make my way home. I've got about a 2-hour or 1.5 hour drive home, and that's the end of a great adventure. A great day out on the Sobowo Fat Scooter. Bye for now.